I'll do it. Yes. Yes. Oh, you're on mute.
What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, you good?
Missed out on the best event of the year, man. The best episode of the year.
The best episode to you. To you.
You're a DC comic guy too, man. Don't
I am a DC comic guy. I just recognize who the audience is. Like I read from one of our so you posted on our Instagram like, do you like this movie, like this movie, like this movie? And one of our Instagram followers like, I don't know what any of these movies are. And you're like, watch the podcast, and you're like, they're probably not gonna.
They're out of touch. They're out of touch. That's all. They're out of touch.
That's it. Yeah,
they've been living under a rock. You know, that's about it, man.
Sure. Yeah, I think this is a very nuanced. No, but look, I enjoy DC stuff, and I think we're a little bit late, but you know, it's all good. We're gonna start now. So welcome to the target.
We're always late.
No, we're not always late.
One of us is always late. Isn't
That's
that right?
you, right?
Let's
get your buddies VK Dan on here. They normally join the thing before you. You send them the link and they join before you.
Yes, you're right. Because I send it from my phone before I have everything set up.
Oh my god, they usually complain about it. Okay, let's get started. Welcome to sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Target Podcast. This is my name is Sahi. That's Nicholas. You can see Nicholas's smile from grin to grin. You got the Batman hat on, so you know what that means. It's time to talk DC Comics. It's time to talk comics with DC Comics, and Nicholas is just super excited.
Of course.
So we'll see how he gets everyone else excited. So I'm gonna guess Nicholas is gonna just run with it. I usually take notes. This is like
don't need to. We can just talk about this one. This is
I like taking notes and like organizing like my thoughts and like so I don't babble and all that stuff. But you know, I didn't have a chance.
Man. You got to freestyle. We don't write things.
It's been a long week.
It's all right.
But
that's why you have something fun and interesting to talk about tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what we're talking about, it is DC Fandom went down this past weekend. So giving everyone insight into the next slate of DC movies, games, TV shows, all the good things that are happening over on the DC side. You know, Marvel's usually getting all the spotlight, and rightfully so. They've been doing it, you know what I mean? But if you're a DC Comics fan, tonight's your night. Tonight's your night.
And the one follower that's watching right now is super excited.
I love how you're trying to play me on this, man. Whatever.
Of course.
Yeah, we're expanding our reach.
No. Yeah, no. This is good. So yeah, as Nicholas says, DC Fandom went down last week. If you have HBO now, you can watch all the DC Fandom like clips that happened. I didn't watch it live. I don't know if there's like some live stream conference that I think there was, which
there was a live stream on YouTube.
Yeah, but I just saw the YouTube videos afterwards. So as Nicholas said, lots of just DC content, video games that are coming out, movies that are coming out, which are all coming out like way next year, so no time soon. But video games, movies, audiobooks, cartoon movies, right? So all that stuff is there. And you know, I'm a pretty big Batman fan. I enjoyed the second Batman trailer. So let's get into that.
Yeah, we gotta get into that. And first of all, too, I'm kind of liking these new events that companies are having now. It's like, remember, like for stuff like this, you used to just have to go to like E3 to really get insight into this, or it would just be like San Diego Comic-Con or one of the Comic-Con events that happens throughout the year.
Yeah.
But things are changing, and companies are kind of doing their own stuff. Sony's pulled out of the E3 event the last couple of years to do their own thing. So kind of happy to see stuff like this happening too. Kind of gives people more to look forward to. But yeah, obviously the highlight of this past weekend was the new Batman trailer. And man, my God.
I remember when we first found out that Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman. We made jokes. Our Omar made jokes. It's like, I don't want my Batman to sparkle, like, right. But he wasn't sparkling in the last trailer. That's fair. Like
that boy
seemed like
raw.
He kind of got it. Yeah, it was. It seems like they understood the assignment. That's what the kids are saying these days. They understood the assignment. And it seems like it's a pretty solid like film. What are your initial thoughts on like what you've seen so far?
A couple things stood out to me. One, I'm liking the Batman voice this time around.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Keaton-esque, if you will. Kind of reminds me of that. It's kind of like the whisper, kind of the gritty. It's not a growl, thank God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Not like the what was it? I forgot the guy's name.
Christian Bale.
Christopher Nolan's Batman. Christian Bale's like sounds like he gargled some glass. Don't get me wrong, I still think those are the best Batman movies, but still sounds like
the Dark Knight is still not beating. But like that, I do think he has, if that line makes it into the movie, which they'd be stupid to leave it out, but I do think he has an iconic line in the movie where he's talking about the bat signal, and he says, it's not just a signal, it's a warning. And it's the way that he says it is like, it's, he's coming for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this it's his second year, right? So he's still like, it's like he's still like trying to find his way a little bit. But in this one, it's almost like
he's angrier. He's much angrier.
But he's more reckless. Like he just doesn't care what happens to him, right? You saw him walking through, just taking all the gunshots, and all that stuff.
No one shot for the face, which is funny. But hey, it made for a great scene. That looked good. That looked raw.
But that's
I'm gonna bust balls while I'm at it. But still, it was a great scene. It was great.
Compare that to what Christian Bale did in Dark Knight Rises, where he's walking through the tunnel and the guys are firing at him, but he's ducking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas this dude is just like, F it, like, So I did like that. And then I liked Catwoman. I think Zoe Kravitz is going to do a great job, bringing the sexy to Catwoman for sure. And then you can kind of see there's something between them. But then there's like a look in her eye. It looks like she's a little bit of like, who is this dude? Because he's like beating the hell out of somebody, and she just look at him like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's a monster.
This guy has anger problems. He's got anger issues.
Yeah,
which is Batman, right? I think that's a great.
Well, at that stage in his life, for sure. I think later on, he becomes a little bit more careful about the way
a lot. Obviously smarter. I mean, I think he's not quick to team up, like unlike they did in like the later like Justice League movies that they tried doing. But like I like the trailer a lot. I like what they're doing. So they have the Riddler. It's going to be the main bad guy. You've never seen his face yet. He takes issue off the Zodiac Killer, right? So the Zodiac Killer is, for those who don't know, was a famous serial killer, infamous serial killer in California years ago. He would kill his just kill his victims, obviously, and send the police encryptions, right? For them,
Yeah.
like taunting him, telling him to like to figure it out. So I thought that's a very interesting take. Like Matt Reeves is the director. Wanted it to be a very like a classic like detective like story, which I think that was a.
I'm getting Seven vibes. Remember that movie Seven? I'm getting some Seven.
Yeah. I forgot what he said, like Le Noir type film. I think that's what the description of that. I'm not entirely sure.
I've been meaning to look that up. Like, what does it mean? I'm not a film critic for real, right? But what does it mean when somebody says it's going to be a noir-driven film? What does that mean?
I'm not sure. So
I've always wondered that. Right.
I did not take notes before this meeting. So
hey, that's why. I mean, you have a computer, right? You can multitask.
Yeah, it's fine. But no, but there's so many things. I did get a chance to like. So even though it's been like a busy week for me, I did get a chance to kind of look in deep into some of this trailer. So we're gonna be talking about a bunch of trailers. So this Flash, whatever you mentioned, Michael Keaton. We're gonna talk about him later.
We'll get into that. What did you think about the Batmobile?
The what?
The Batmobile.
Oh, the Batmobile. I think it looks pretty dope. Like it looks like. I think it's perfect for like a guy like his age that's younger, right? Like
just starting out, you know what I mean? Haven't
like
quite figured out everything yet.
Yeah, it's definitely not as finished or as clean as like the other Batmobiles. Like this one's just more like this is the muscle car, right? I don't care. Like it's isn't like a tank, right?
Doesn't quite have the Bat motif.
Built
into it.
So no, I thought it was actually really cool. So very interesting. Doing a little bit of just watching some reviews about this. So it looks like it's going to be possibly is suggesting that one of the other bad guys that's going to be in this is going to be the Court of Owls, right? So yeah, so if you see, so it's like highly suggested that it's going to be the Court of Owls. In the trailer, he has like a card in the card that says if you're a vengeance you are not that's something else, but like he has like you see the card in the trailer, right, where he has a card and it's opening up and it shows like the zodiac codes or whatever, right? Someone debugged it, by the way, because people just have no life, but like they already they already like decrypted it, but at the cover of that card, right, is an owl, right? And there's other evidence here that suggests that the Court of Owls is a part of this. And there's something about in the trailer it talks about sins of the father or something like that, like in like one of the wide shots where he's like investigating.
Together. He's like, maybe there's something that happened with his family. Yeah, and that is a callback to the Court of Owls for sure.
Yes, you know way more about this. So Court of Owls and his family have some history together, right?
Right.
I remember in the Court of Owls has an assassin or enforcer called Talons.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So he may be fighting a Talon. So there may be multiple parts at play here with the Court of Owls. It's a Batman film, so you're definitely fighting gangs and corruption.
I think the Court of Owls. Honestly, I think that they're going to set up the Court of Owls for the next movie. Honestly. Because this one, I think, is really going. Looking at the long Halloween, I really think they're going to go that route. One of the things I did think was interesting too, because initially I was wondering like what all that stuff was on his gauntlets or whatever, right? Yeah. And it looked like it might be something like they did with Black Widow with like tasers built into that. Yeah. Because you saw he was fighting the dude and he tased him like at the neck.
Tasered him, right? Yeah. So he definitely tasered him. Someone like saw that and that he drew comparison to Talon, right? Because he had similar things in his arm as well.
Yeah.
So not sure if that's true or not. I have no idea what they're gonna do with Court of Owls. Like it seems like to me that so the Riddler in this film. So do you remember Batman Origins? I'm sure you played that game, right? The Riddler was kind of exposing people and like in that game, I believe. So it looks like the Riddler's kind of exposing corruption, right? Because you see in some of the newspaper articles there, it's showing like the current mayor and the mayor that just lost election. It showed like the current commissioner. So there's like a lot of riddles that's gonna happen, that's going on. So I'm actually really interested to kind of see how that all like unfolds. Like one of my favorite parts of like the old Batman, like the animated series, is those little riddles that he like will give you or whatever, and like he solves them. So I thought that was actually really cool, like especially like when he first went against the Riddler. So I'm excited about that.
So I was reading too that Matt Reeves actually took a lot of inspiration from the animated series, like the red and black color scheme or whatever. That's from the animated series. If you look at the intro and stuff. Yeah. So, and I think I think this Riddler is going to be like a mixture of like Zodiac Killer, Calendar Man from earlier Batman stuff, and himself obviously. So yeah, it's like this Riddler isn't going to be a joke this time.
Yeah, no, this Riddler is going to be serious, and I think this is kind of really what I tend not to get my hopes up for DC films because they tend to like let me down. Like I'm still scarred about Suicide Squad. But this I think is actually going to be a good movie, and I'm hopeful that it's going to be really, really good. And I'm actually excited to see. I think Matt Reeves is a great director. So
next year,
and it's not going to be a sparkly Batman. It's going to be like a more grill Batman. I know they had problems making the movie because of COVID. Like Robert Pattinson rumors now. Robert Pattinson wasn't working out during like the pandemic, and he came to like set out of shape or whatever. He looks good in the movies.
The crab, yeah. I mean, I think this dude he's lean or whatever. Because I remember like people were talking about like how lean he is, but if you look at some of the art, like Batman. I mean, sometimes some people draw him like as a real huge guy, but if you were looking at it, I think it was like in the 90s, it was this artist named Dennis O'Neil. And he kind of redefined how Batman was drawn. He drew him like a little leaner, and faster, more agile looking. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of foolhardy to compare a real life character to a cartoon, right? Because a cartoon is like, like it's crazy, right? Why would I compare that? Like, yeah, you just don't. But regardless. I think it's going to be a great movie. Really excited to see Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. Didn't talk about that. I think she's going to be great.
And Colin Farrell as Penguin too.
Colin Farrell's Penguin. He looks good. I really liked though, because Colin Farrell is Irish, right? And the Penguin, some of the iterations in the video games, is Irish, has like a thick, heavy Irish accent. And I really wish they kind of brought that to him, like in this movie. Like, I thought that would have been great. I mean, like, I'm sure he's going to be fine regardless of what he does. But I think I really wish would have liked to have seen like the Irish, like Penguin or whatever. But no, it's going to be fun. You saw the Iceberg Lounge, I think. Like he was fighting in the Iceberg Lounge, which was pretty cool. That scene where he like knocks over Penguin. Well, Penguin was like, "I got you," and he like blows it up, and then like you see him just roaring through the explosion.
I like that. And I'm loving the theme music too. I'm loving.
Yes. Who's doing the theme music for that? I don't know. But like the music looks really good.
Why you look that? I don't know if you're gonna look that up. I did look up the definition of noir.
Okay.
So no. Noir is a genre of crime, film, or fiction characterized by cynicism, fatalism, and moral ambiguity.
Okay. I think this trailer captures that. This trailer captures that a lot. Moral ambiguity, like the way he's like beating up people like left and right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's interesting about this too is that he hasn't established himself yet as Batman. So like he's still new. Like Jim Gordon's still new. Like
Yeah.
that relationship's like really really good. So that's interesting.
It's like he's there, but the impact that he thought he
Yeah,
would have as Batman isn't there.
yeah, yeah.
That's what
And Jim
reading.
Gordon is black in this one, which is like the first time ever.
Nope.
Makes me hopeful for a black Batgirl, maybe.
So,
Sure.
so
They're making a movie.
about,
They're making a Batgirl movie, which I
hold
think is
on.
a bad idea. But
I don't think it's it's not a bad idea. But
I think Batgirl. The problem with that is like it's such it's derivative of Batman, right? Like, unless you like give kind of like how they have like Harley Quinn, like in Suicide Squad, and they brought Joker in, and like Joker was barely there, and he's like Joker's like one of the greatest villains of all time, and he had like a barely a cameo in Suicide Squad. So I'm wondering. I don't know if you can make a Batgirl film without having Batman in it and like not have Batman like kind of take over. Like that's kind of like I'd rather like so with Wonder Woman, right? That's her own thing, right? You can make a movie about her, right? I'm not sure you can do something with Batgirl without having Batman. I mean, I don't know. I may be totally wrong. I actually hope I'm actually
they find a way
very
to
wrong.
have like Batman handicapped, gone, dead, old, something along
Yeah.
the line, along those lines. But what I was gonna say is that they've cast Batgirl. The
Who?
movie, her name is Leslie Grace, and from the looks of things, she's definitely she
Oh.
could be in that same universe. You look at her, you take a look at her, you see who Jim Gordon is. You never
It's
know.
called racially ambiguity. Okay, so she's Latin American.
Yeah.
Family. Okay, Grace was born in Dominican parents. Okay, this makes
Yeah.
sense. In the
Yeah.
Bronx. All right.
So you never know, right? It's supposed to release on HBO
Next.
Max next year. So this was,
Is it a direct to is it going to be in theaters or what? Or is it a
now it's
DC?
supposed to be direct to HBO Max.
So
And it's
this
supposed
is
to
live
be
action, right?
Barbara Gordon. Huh?
This is live action, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is live action. Oh, what do you know? I have
Yeah.
no idea. They didn't. I didn't see a lot of this in a DC fandom actually. So I just heard about it.
So
Um,
what I'm reading is that
yeah.
I take back my previous statement about dang, what's that actor's name that's in the Batman as Commissioner Gordon right now? I
Oh.
forget.
Shit.
He played Felix Leiter in James Bond,
Yeah.
but you know who it
He's a
you know
great.
who it is.
He's a. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But supposedly J.K. Simmons, who played Commissioner Gordon in Zack Snyder's movies, is going to be Commissioner Gordon for her movie. So this could be taking place in the same reality as Ben Affleck.
Interesting.
So this could be where Ben Affleck has officially retired. She's taken over. Maybe I'm hoping they can get him to make an appearance, even if it's
Yeah.
just like again, Batman doesn't have to be Batman in the movie. He could just be. He's still her mentor, right?
Yeah,
I mean, she
but
got
I
the
find
money
it
from somewhere. So
like it has to be like decrepit, like not doing anything Batman. So it has to take like a Batman Beyond approach, right? So like where he's really
but
just not doing anything.
that's what I don't agree with. It doesn't have to be old decrepit Batman. He's still if he's still active after 20 years,
If he's still
which he
active,
was
then it's not a Batgirl movie. If he's
it
still active, it's
is.
not a Batgirl movie.
If
It's
he's
gonna
still
be about
active,
Batman.
no, it doesn't. If everything was about Batman, there wouldn't be a Batgirl comic series, right? She
That's
has her
okay.
own.
That's a comic series. I'm talking about
She has her
actual
own
movie.
stuff.
I'm talking about
That's
an
why the
actual
movie's
movie.
coming out. It's about time.
Yeah, I don't
You can
know. We'll
still
see
be there
how it
though.
works. We can go back and forth from this one.
Yeah.
Jeffrey White is the guy's who's playing Jim Gordon. Um, Jeffrey Wright's playing Jim Gordon. I think,
There you go.
but let's go ahead. I think we kind of talked a lot about the Batman. That's actually a great segue to another movie that was trailered briefly, right? The Flashpoint Paradox, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed this, Nicholas. So the person who was talking in that trailer,
Michael
right,
Keaton.
in Flashpoint was Michael Keaton. Okay, of course you noticed this.
Hello.
Yeah, so that was Michael Keaton talking. So Michael Keaton's gonna play a version of Batman in this film. It looks
He's
like there's
playing the
gonna be
same one from Batman '89. Yeah.
yeah. So it looks like there's gonna be a lot of different Batman in this film too. But I mean not Batman, but well, there's gonna be different Batman for sure. You're gonna have
Different
Michael Keaton,
flashes too.
different flashes. Yeah. So you saw like Ezra Miller was there twice right there. You saw a shot at Supergirl in that film as well, right?
I'm wondering
And
how
Ezra
she fits
Miller,
in.
yeah, I'm curious to see how she fits. Like I said, that's some like offshoot Justice League type deal, right?
I think
Um,
he if he's going from university, if he's universe hopping, right, to try to get help with
oh,
something or whatever, then he probably plucked her from, another universe. That's what I'm
who's
thinking.
universe hopping? Keaton?
The Flash.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. The second Flash, though, one thing I thought was interesting was that if you looked at his uniform, you see the emblem on it, right?
Yeah.
So what he did is that he retrofitted like one of Batman's old uniforms and like just painted like Flash logos on it. It actually shows in the movie him painting Flash logos
Yeah.
on that. So
Yeah.
um, that's pretty interesting. So for those who like don't know, like Nicholas, this is all you. Let's tell the audience of like one, what the no, but tell
First
the
of all,
audience, tell the audience about the Flashpoint Paradox like story, right?
all right. So the Flashpoint Paradox was a story where basically Barry Allen is kind of tricked into going back into the past to save his mom from being killed. And doing so kind of like throws off the whole DC universe timeline. And so what ends up happening is like when he goes back and he does that, he gets ends up in a universe where Thomas Wayne became Batman instead of Bruce Wayne because Bruce Wayne got murdered and his wife became the Joker. That was crazy by itself. You have Atlantis and Themyscira being at war with one another.
Yeah.
So Aquaman and Wonder Woman, well, for one, they had an affair, but two, they were fighting each other too, which was crazy. And
Well, I think they ended up fighting each other because of the affair, right? Or I only watched the movie. I didn't read the comic. I watched the movie.
There was a
Which
little more to it. It was a little.
is
It was a
different.
little. More to it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you had that piece. You have Superman, who basically, instead of landing in Kansas to be found by Martha and Jonathan Kent, he gets found by the government, and he's studied on for years and years and years, never sees the light of day. And so basically, he has to find a way to like get his powers back because he loses his powers in the process of ending up in that timeline. So he works with Thomas Wayne to get his powers back. He ends up finding out that the Reverse Flash kind of set all of this in motion. And by the time he ends up going through everything and escaping, you end up with what DC called the New 52 timeline, which kind of reset things back a little bit. So that was it was a crazy movie, man. But you definitely got to see like the whole infinite Earths and multiple universes and all that type of stuff. So dope storyline. Highly recommend y'all at least see the movie if you don't want to read the comic books. Yeah. One thing I did like about the trailer though was the updated Flash costume. The one with like
so it looked like lightning. It looks very different. Like it would look like what I saw in the cartoon movie, right?
Yeah.
With like the yellow like streaks in it. So yeah, this is clearly what they're trying to do is they're trying to reset the universe, like for sure.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense. They're trying to do what X-Men did with Fox with Days of Futures Past, where they kind of reset everything by going to the past.
Yeah. I
But
don't. But
they
see,
are
that's what
doing.
I don't know if they're going to reset everything. I
I
feel like
think
what they are, they will. But
they're
then at the
going
same
to.
time, it seems like they're just making it like, yo, everything's canon. Like everything you've ever seen is canon, and every story we tell might happen here, might not happen here,
Yeah.
might
So I
happen
think
over
that's
here.
I think that's a good thing. What I'm a little worried about that is because I think if you're not super into it, though, like you won't be able to keep up. Um, so I think Marvel did a long job, even now, kind of really setting up their multiverse, and I'm kind of hoping DC doesn't like rush into it. But
I still think they're going to
we'll
be different
see,
because I think they're trying to make it so that nothing is tied to any one storyline. Everything is just like
which will be good. Which
this.
will be
Everything is
good.
its own story, right? Like this
Yeah.
is, but you know that in the greater DC multiverse, all the characters are still there,
Yeah,
right?
which I think makes perfect
So
sense. I think that will be a really good thing um to do, like for sure. So yeah, Flash, they didn't have a whole lot in that trailer,
they're still
but
filming it.
yeah, they're still filming it. Um it makes
I
me
did like
wonder if
I did
like
see the old Batman Batmobile though, which I thought was dope. I
yeah.
love that. That's my favorite Batmobile.
So I wonder if Ezra Miller is gonna also play Reverse Flash too, right? Like there are multiple Flashes there, right? So Flash is usually what, like what's his name, Dr. Dawn, or who's Reverse Flash?
Earbard Thawne.
Here on Thawne, yeah, Dr. Thawne, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's usually Reverse Flash. I don't know if that's going to be the case this time, right? So
That would be an interesting twist if like one of
yeah,
the flashes that he gets from another universe becomes the reverse flash. That would be wild. That would be
yeah,
that would be interesting.
no,
I think that would
no,
be
I
dope.
think that will be very, very interesting. So yeah, that's Flash. Like I think again, I try not to be excited for DC movies, but that looks like it might be a good movie.
These first two trailers that
So
we're talking about, I mean, here's my one gripe about the
okay,
Flash so far.
okay. Yeah,
Uh
graphic DC thing.
I
Okay,
hope
this is
and
shocking.
pray.
Huh?
I hope and pray they do something about the way that man runs. Okay. But that is just not humans don't run. I don't
You
know
don't like
what
the way he's running like this, like he's just swimming at the same time.
I don't know if you're running or swimming, man. Just run. Just run, my friend. You're trying too hard. You're trying too hard.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, yeah, no, we'll see how it works. Hopefully, I think it turns to be a good movie. I'm
Yeah.
interested to seeing. I'm interested in seeing Supergirl. So first Latina
Yeah.
Supergirl. Um, and I think you have a good point where you now have the possibility to like introduce different universes and expand
Yeah.
upon different universes if you want to,
Yeah.
right? So like what works with them, let's say he goes in this universe where it's like a Michael Keaton Batman and the Supergirl, like they can like make movies for that universe now, right? It is,
That's what I feel
as you
like.
said, right, you don't, it doesn't have to connect to whatever, like the Snyderverse. So one thing I also thought was interesting too was that the Snyderverse, I don't know if the Snyderverse is canon. I think a lot of people still kind of want the say bring back the Snyderverse. Personally,
I'm hearing reports that the Joss Whedon Justice League is canon,
oh well, I mean, this
which
all
I
sucks,
feel
but
like it was a crappy movie, but in my opinion, and I know you're gonna laugh, in my opinion, the only good thing to come about that is that like Batman didn't die. So I'm okay with that.
Oh my god! Like,
Yeah. That's the only thing, right?
yeah, I
But
mean, They said the Snyderverse might be they're looking at elements of the Snyderverse because in the Snyderverse, right, in the Justice League movie that he came out with, like Flash actually reverses time, right? He's that fast. He actually reverses
He
time.
did. Don't act like you didn't see the extended the director's cut.
That's what I just mentioned.
He did rewind time.
Well, yeah, he reversed time. Yes, he reversed time, right? And what I was going to say is that it looks like he's taking that power that was established in the Snyder Cut, right? And using that in his own movie, right? So if you haven't seen the Snyder Cut, but you've seen like the Justice League movie. Well, I guess that's not entirely true, actually, because you saw him say something along the lines of Lois Lane is the key in Josh Whedon's
No, that was Batman v Superman where she said
this. Never mind. It's all mixed up to me.
But going back in time is one of his powers anyway, so that's not really an indicator of which universe that they're.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
You know what I think would be real dope is if this Batgirl movie happens, obviously they're going to do a Supergirl movie, world's finest team up with Batgirl.
That would be nice. That would be really nice. I hope they make that work positively. Like DC tends to have some problems with their front office, but if they can get it to work,
go ahead and hire me as a consultant. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah. No, I'm sure Lorraine Fisher is not happy that they're trying to, like, after all the problems that he's had, right? Then they come out with like a black Superman. So hopefully they'll fix it.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's pissed, but at the same time, it was like he was clearly done wrong. But I mean, definitely lost his chance to because he went off the deep end and just started attacking everyone.
Well, definitely lost his chance. He didn't attack everyone. He attacked Josh Whedon. He attacked Josh Whedon and he attacked their front office.
He went at Warner Brothers in general too.
Because Warner Brothers was covering up for him. Right? Yeah. Like he definitely didn't go about it with the way Gal Gadot did or Jason Momoa did. Because they were Jason Momoa was like, yeah, some messed up things happened. And he just left it at that. Gal Gadot actually came out recently and was
that's what I'm saying.
He was shocked with with the way he was treated. He went full throttle and was like, F these guys. Like he burned bridges. He burned bridges.
That's what I'm saying. And I wish he understand that he was done wrong, and I understand why he did what he did.
Yeah.
But now that that's been done, you know me, I'm always looking for some black heroes to see on screen.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get no Cyborg no time soon now unless you're watching Doom Patrol, which is actually not a good show. But
that or it is a good show.
It is. It is a good show.
Okay.
It got a little weird. It got a little weird in the second season, but critically, it's done.
Yeah.
It's done. All right.
Okay.
So we talked about the Flash.
Yeah.
Next up,
we actually had some viewers for a second, so it's great.
You can keep on carrying on this narrative.
I'm not joking. I was gonna say actually we have reviewers. So yeah, no, say it's up to our viewers. Thank you guys for joining.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining.
What's up, everybody?
What's clearly the highlight episode.
Anyway. Yeah. No. So okay, we talked about Batman. We talked about Flash.
Black Adam.
What else do you want to hit up? I enjoyed the games, so I'm excited to talk about those. But I'm more curious about what you want to talk about next.
I wanted to bring up Black Adam and Shazam.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, so Shazam. Let's bring up Shazam first, because Black Adam was like 2 seconds, like a 2 second long. You don't even see The Rock's face, right? You see.
Well, yeah, they're keeping it super hidden, but he looks like he's going to be the real deal.
Oh, I mean, look, I've told you this before. I'll tell you this again. The Rock's gonna look the part. Like The Rock, like if your stage name's called The Rock, like he takes that seriously, and he's gonna look the part, like for sure. My thing is, I see when I think The Rock and I think ancient Egyptian, I think Scorpion King. It's not good. So
Scorpion King wasn't Egyptian. Anyways,
They tried to make it Egyptian. Like it was based in Egypt. Like
the Mummy was based in Egypt. The Scorpion King was somewhere else.
Where was Scorpion King based in?
Yeah, look it up. Look it up, buddy.
Yeah, no. They use Egyptian like gods and whatever. Like Anubis is like one of like he tried to command the army of Anubis. Right.
Right. I mean, I get that. I'm just saying that wherever he was located, I mean, I'm sure it was near Egypt, but it was
Egypt.
Hold on.
It's Egypt.
All right, you're right.
Okay.
I thought it was somewhere else because they went to like these other lands. Whatever. So whatever.
Pyramids, desert. Everyone just knows that as Egypt. Like there are other pyramids inside in that area, like in Sudan, there are pyramids, but like Egypt.
Yeah, I thought he went to like Nubia and all of that. You know.
But no, he was in Egypt for sure. But yeah, no, I'm actually hopeful that's gonna be a good movie. Hopefully he's working on his like ancient Egyptian like accent. I'm actually really excited to see to see Fate and Birdman or Hawkman, right? So
Pierce Brosnan is a great talent. I know he's gonna kill it, man.
Yeah. And, I mean, I'm not worried. I'm less worried about the actors and more worried about the director. So I mean, I don't know who's directing this one. So they're gonna have to kind of figure out.
I forgot his name. He said it too in the telecast.
Yeah. So hopefully, I'm looking up Shazam: Fury of the Gods. We're gonna talk about that next. Because I really like the what they look like they're gonna do there, like the two bad guys. Let's see. I am looking this up. And
all right, director of Black Adam. I'm probably gonna destroy his name, but it's like Jean Colette Sarah, something like that. Jamie Colette Sarah.
Close enough.
So, obviously, I haven't heard of him before, but yeah,
I haven't seen.
Hopefully, he does a good job.
So he did. This is interesting. So he worked with Dwayne Johnson on Jungle Cruise. I have not seen Jungle Cruise.
There's a classic for you.
Jungle Cruise. Yeah. Have you seen Jungle Cruise? I did. I think you complained to me about it once, right? Were you? Have you seen it though? Seriously.
I have not seen Jungle Cruise.
Okay.
I saw the last like comedic rock movie I saw was Jumanji, which I think was great. Great, both movies.
Was a pretty good movie.
Yeah. And that was the movie. That was the one movie where he actually did hold an accent in the movie and did it. And
which one?
A pretty serviceable job. Jumanji 2.
And Jumanji 2?
Yeah.
The second Jumanji? So I have not seen the second Jumanji.
Take a look at it. He actually did a pretty good job.
I guess I will. I mean, I watched the first Jumanji and it was really good. I tried to watch the second, like he was The Rock in the first Jumanji. But
I mean, he always is. But this time he got taken over. Danny DeVito. Guy. Yeah. Danny DeVito's character took over his character, so he had to do a Danny DeVito accent. It was funny.
So if what you're saying is true, and I hope it is, I'm more excited for Black Adam.
Like, yeah, sure. I think he can do it. If he's that serious about this role, I think he can do it.
Yeah, I think if he's serious about it, because I'm not worried about him looking jacked for the role. He's gonna look jacked. It's The Rock. He'll get that right. So
now, that first look, I mean, I'm liking the direction the movie see. I mean, he seems like he's going to be the force of nature that he's been advertising, right? So as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that's left after these two movies is to have one where he finds Shazam and do something, and they have Superman in there. That's all they got to do. Yeah.
That'll be to see them all go at it. That's going to be an interesting one. So I'm looking at like the lineup for Black Adam, right? And it shows Hawkman. It shows There's there's some people there, so it's gonna be Dr. Fate.
He's
I'm
fighting
seeing Atom Smasher.
Yeah,
Atom Smasher is gonna.
Yeah.
Atom Smasher is a good guy, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I'm curious. Like, what is this Black Adam movie gonna be about? Because they're trying to make him an anti-hero, or is he not an anti-hero? Because Black Adam, I mean, I don't know a lot of versions of the Black Adam that are like anti-hero type stuff. They wanted him to be an anti-hero, but he's usually just a bad guy, like the ones I've seen of Black Adam.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's in the middle. He's one of those people who, like, he has his land, his country, Kondak, right? And it's just whatever is best for his land, his area, or whatever, right? So you get in his way, that's a problem. But if he decides to help you, he can be an asset. Like right now, he's in the Justice League. Black Adam is on the Justice League right now.
Oh, in the comics?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, okay.
But he's been an enemy of the Justice Society because I think Hawkman and Shayera Hall have like history with him or something like that. I gotta look back and see because they're Hawkman and Hawkgirl's history is that they they get like constantly reincarnated until they find each other and fall in love, something like that.
Okay.
So, a lot going on there, but yeah, he's going to be fighting the Justice Society. So everybody that Dr. Fate, Hawkman, Atom Smasher, Our Man, if they have Ted Grant in there, Wildcat, Sandman. Is it Sandman? It's something like that.
Ted Grant? I did not see that. Okay. Interesting.
I don't know if he was cast or not, but he's in the Justice Society for sure.
Oh, you're talking about in the comics. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no.
So it's gonna be, I mean, they'll definitely be a good squad to go up against them. He like one-on-one, he'll probably destroy all of them, except for maybe Dr. Fate.
Yeah, Dr. Fate is OP, like for sure.
He's like the Doctor Strange of DC.
Yeah, he's a Doctor Strange of OP. These magic sorcerers are just overpowered, man. Like seriously, just like I was looking at their power indexes, like from some site, and they're just stupid powerful. It's really not fair.
Yeah,
like bringing them to live action, you have to be like really careful because like it's like what's the point?
Or right? If somebody like I'm trying to think if the Spectre was on there or not. The Spectre for DC Comics is a version of like what is it? God's Angel of Vengeance or something like that, right? They got some heavy hitters on there, dude.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be. So we'll see how that movie turns out. So, one movie that I'm excited to see for sure is the next Shazam movie, Fear of the Gods, right? And they got Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren playing as bad guys, which I think that's actually pretty interesting, right?
I'm trying to see what gods they're going to be. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I think they already said it too. So,
let me ask you, following.
Huh?
So what mythology are we following?
They're Greek.
All of them?
They're Greek. Like one of them, I was looking this up the other day too. Like one of them is gonna be like a the Titan's daughter or something like that. Like I'm not sure how they're gonna translate them in the movie, but in the show. So okay, Helen or Hesper is daughter of Atlas. So they're both daughters of Atlas, Calypso and Hesper. So I think Atlas is not a god, but I think a demigod. I have to look that one up. I'm actually pretty interested about that.
Atlas?
Oh, he's a Titan. There it is.
Yeah, Atlas is a Titan. He's a Titan that ends up holding up the world.
Earth. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's a Titan. Yeah. So those are the guys before the Olympic gods. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, so I'm actually really excited. I like Helen Mirren. I love Lucy Liu. I thought they did a pretty good job. It was really funny. The first Shazam movie. It seems like they're bringing back all of the old. I'm looking at the cast right now, and I'm not sure why they don't have the other people named on here. But
I think they're keeping it under
like,
wraps.
yeah, I mean, we saw it in the little Shazam, the little trailer, like who's going to be there. Like Megan Good's going to be part of that in that movie, right?
Well, she's the powered up version of that little girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. I see the rest of them here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the rest of Fox Fam is going to be there. No, I'm excited to see that movie. I think it's going to be a good one. Yeah, I wish I saw like an actual trailer. But oh, this one's gonna you're gonna be waiting a while for this one. This is gonna come out June 2023. So it's gonna be a minute till we see that movie for sure.
Yeah, they're just taking
I think
forever.
Black Adam's gonna. I think Black. I mean, it looks like a lot of these movies have been pushed back too because of COVID and everything.
COVID for sure. Yeah.
So
Batman's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, Batman's supposed to come out this year. I'm wondering. I think Black Adam's coming out next year, so that's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're actually going to ever share the screen between those three. So
they got to. They have to.
I hope so. I hope so.
Like I said,
I don't know if they will.
It's
like
it's pure gold.
If they do, it's not going to be anytime soon.
Well, I mean, like
those girlfriends aren't going to be kids anymore. They're going to be adults when that movie comes out, right? Because this is coming out in 2 years.
But they could 20. That should be the next movie. I'll put it like that. After these two, that should be you got Black Adam, you got 2 Shazam movies now. Have them find the kid, and
you probably won't be out till like 2025 at most. It's gonna be a minute, but I think that's gonna be a good one. So we'll see how that one works out. What other I think that's it for like the major movies.
Last movie was Aquaman. Didn't really get to see much except for the new costume.
Yeah, I didn't see much with Aquaman. It looks like Jason Momoa is going to be back. I don't know who's going to be the main bad guy in that one. Actually,
I think it's going to be Black Manta
again.
He wasn't really the bad guy this time, right?
Yeah,
it was.
He's kind of a someone bad guy. Yeah. So me and you disagree on this one. I was not a fan of Black Manta in the first one. I feel Black Manta should be more like Killmonger was in Black Panther, right? Killmonger, his ambition, like him being very just pro-Black, right? I mean, obviously a Black director really brought that out, right? Jeremy Lin didn't really bring that out in Aquaman. I don't think he's in the place to do so. So I mean, we'll see how that works.
I feel like if they did that, people would just been like, "You just copy Marvel too." You can't be that blatant with it either. Plus, it's
you don't have to.
But with the pro-Black thing in Black Panther, it worked because you had the whole kind of like the nature versus nurture type deal.
Yeah.
Right? When
that thing that happened was not original in the comics, right? But Black Manta, if true to the comics, and I understand you have to change the comics and movies, but one of the reasons why he becomes Black Manta is because he's trying to find a place for Black people, right? He's more of an anti-hero, right? This guy just seems angry. So
Black Man, I have to look that up. I don't remember Black Manta being no anti-hero though.
I think he is. In some cases, he is an anti-hero. I think. Well, he worked with Suicide Squad. Those are anti-heroes, if you think about it that way.
I mean, they were kind of just forced into doing something good. I wouldn't call them
anti-heroes. It's anti-heroes. That's an anti-hero. Right. I mean, it's a weird anti-hero, but they're anti-heroes. But yeah, how good was that movie? The second Suicide Squad movie. It's so good.
So it was a vast improvement over the first one, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog. He ain't no anti-hero, bro. I'm looking at his stuff right now. He's literally, he's pretty much what he was in the movies. Hates Aquaman.
Yeah. Well, let's table this discussion for later. I need to do some of my own research
on
Black Manta. I liked him in the Justice League or in the Young Justice films or in the Young Justice show, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't like all that, but
in the modern ages, it says he became the Black Manta as he believed it was his destiny to supplant Aquaman and rule the ocean.
Was that the comics?
Yes. That's the only place I would look. Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think that's all the movies. 2 huge video game reveals and trailers and DC Fandom this weekend. One was the Suicide Squad Suicide Squad versus the Justice League, right?
What's that? Oh, no. You're talking about the movie. Yeah, it's like
Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
Killed the Justice League. Yeah. So that movie, not the movie. That game is made from the Arkham series. So the people who made the Arkham series,
yes,
right, made that game. I don't know if it's an actual continuation of it. It made it sound like it is kind of a little bit, but it makes no sense because you're fighting the Justice League without Batman in it. And in that trailer, which I watched a couple of times, that was definitely the Batmobile. So
the Batmobile.
Yeah. So I don't know who else is driving it, but yeah. One thing I thought that was interesting is, again, I watched the trailer a few times. It showed Wonder Woman, and she showed Wonder Woman fighting Batman. I'm not Batman, Superman. Like, I had to like stop and freeze and like do a lot of like crazy like editor sleuthing stuff, but you see Superwoman like actually fighting Superman. So it makes me wonder if she was taken control of by Brainiac or not, or whatever. I don't know how you expect.
You know how you don't see Batman? It's very possible that he could be helping them. Because he has like in like the Tower of Babel storyline, he has all the fail safes against the Justice League, so he might be helping them out.
Yeah, so I think that's actually going to be a pretty good game. So I'm actually excited to see.
Here's my one fear. So 2 points I wanted to make. One, I hope it's a co-op game, right? That's one, because you got like 5 players, right?
Yeah,
I think that would be cool. 2, I hope. I don't know if you played it. Did you ever play Marvel's Avengers?
I have not. Have you? The latest one?
The game, yeah.
The very latest one that's been out, that's come out? I've not played it. Okay. Heard some weird things about that one, but okay.
So I was really, really looking forward to that game, right?
Okay. Here's a but. A big but.
But like as I started reading about it, because I was about to buy it, like I had my finger on the button to hit purchase, and I started reading the reviews and stuff, and it was just like everything about the game was just like really stale, kind of, and like all the missions were kind of boring. It was just like they try to get you through the storyline, and then you kind of enter this like pay to play type model where you have like they have additional stuff for you, but you gotta like pay for it. You're playing to get like new costumes that don't really add anything, and they have all this DLC.
Yeah, I forgot what the terminology is used, but for this, but like this like microtransactions type stuff to like get like specific things, and it's I hope they don't do that. That would just ruin it for me.
So it's kind of like ruin the game with a lot of gamers, you know what I mean? I'm waiting for it to come out on PlayStation Plus. I could play for free. But so I'm just hoping it's not that. Like I'm hoping that it's if it's an Arkham style game where I get to switch between different characters, or it's something where I can play with somebody else.
Yeah.
Take my money.
Yeah.
Take my money.
I mean, so when I was looking this up, Let me actually look it up now. So when I was looking this up, what I saw was that it's an action shooting game. That's how they defined it as. So looking this up now, it's going to be real world cooperative multiplayer mode. So there's multiple co-op in it. And action adventure shooter video game. I don't understand the shooter part of it. So it looks like that's gonna be a good one. I have to read more. I didn't read. I actually have not read the development, the premise of this. So I just saw the trailer.
Yeah, it's like they kind of kept it under wraps a little bit. I mean, you kind of see some things from the trailers and everything, but who knows?
Yeah. No, so I'm actually pretty interesting. There's Batman Origins Blackgate, which I did not know about, so I haven't played that game. There's Deadshot and Bronze Tigers in it, which is interesting. I don't know, Sash going video game. Interesting. I didn't know about this one. But yeah, no. What do you think about Gotham Knights? Right.
I think I'm a little bit more excited to play Gotham Knights than Suicide Squad.
Thinking about Gotham Knights, though. So I told you about the Arkham series, right? So the studio that made the Arkham series, they made all of pretty much the Batman Arkham series instead of one game. That game was Arkham Origins. Yes. So they didn't make Arkham Origins. The people who made Arkham Origins, right, is actually making this game, which is Gotham Knights. And it's interesting because it's not a continuation story, right? Because at the end of the Arkham series, Batman disappears, right? Dies. But in this next this next game, right? He's dead. Yeah, dead this time. And it's up to those three. Well, actually four. So there's the Tim Drake,
Jason
Todd,
Batgirl,
Dick Grayson, right? Four.
Dick Grayson. And Damian. Or is it Tim? Is it Damian or Tim? I think it's Tim.
I think it's Tim.
Yeah, I think it's Tim.
That's also going to be a co-op for sure. There was one I thought was interesting where the guy, I saw one of the playthroughs and the guy was able to teleport short distance with the Justice League satellite, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if you saw the game.
That's not new. I mean, they do use the satellite to teleport. So
yeah, so I think that's actually pretty interesting. Let me see what is Gotham.
But yeah, that one supposedly Batman's dead, and they have to contend with the Court of Owls.
Yeah, that.
Riddler, you see the Talons they're more like zombie-like creatures. Which is kind of accurate, kind of goes along with the comics because they're reanimated corpses. In the comics or whatnot, except for I'm trying to think so there's a bunch of Talons or whatever, but then there's one main Talon too. So I forgot what his story was. Yeah. Crazy enough, Dick Grayson was actually supposed to be a Talon.
Really?
According to the comics. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah.
That is so I'm looking at this now. It looks like there's only 4. So it's gonna be Barbara Gordon, Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, and Jason Todd.
Yeah.
So Bruce Wayne, Damian Wayne isn't in it. Okay. So Alfred Pennyworth is going to be in it. Renee Montoya is going to be in it, which is going to be pretty interesting. It looks like Jim Gordon's, I think, is gone too. Yeah, I think. Bruce Wayne up, yeah. So the game is set in Gotham City after the deaths of Bruce Wayne, of Batman, and Police Commissioner Gordon, as a result, which has resulted in a rise of crime and lawlessness, right? This is also going to be a cooperative game as well. This one's gonna actually role play. I'm a little bit more excited to see this one because I really enjoyed. If this is gonna be like the Origins, it's made by WB Games Montreal. So if it's gonna be like Origins, I enjoyed Origins. Like Origins wasn't like a bad game at all. It wasn't like the strongest one in the series. It wasn't Arkham City, which was I think the best in the series.
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, if it's gonna be like if it's gonna be like Origins, I definitely wouldn't mind playing it, like for sure. So I would love to see. I would love to see.
You already know I'm playing all of them. We can do it. Yeah. We can do a game review.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
We might have to start like a Twitch channel and do a game.
I have thought about that. I have thought about starting a Twitch channel. I don't play enough video games, unfortunately, to do that. But you know,
so says the guy who played through Final Fantasy VII, what, 8 times now?
Only 7 times. No, no, like definitely no, like no. I still need to play through I'm playing through Final Fantasy VII, the DLC, and it's not that interesting, but yeah, taking time, so that's cool. All right, so I think I what else you got? I think
that's it, man. I mean, just a lot of new stuff to be excited about as a DC fan, and I'm hoping that all these movies are good. I'm most looking forward to the Batman, obviously, and the Batman and the Flash for sure. I mean, but I'm still very. I love what they did with the first Aquaman movie, so I'm definitely intrigued to see what they do with this one. Those are my 3 main movies I'm looking forward to.
Okay, sounds good. No, I am excited to see Batman for sure. That's going to be good. Like Matt Reeves' version, it just looks raw. Flash may look good. Look, I'm hopeful for all DC movies, man. And I'll be honest with you, I give DC movies a lot of crap. They've been a little bit of a roll recently, right? So they've been able to string together some good movies, right? Wonder Woman was a little bit of a letdown in 1984, but it wasn't terrible. I honestly don't think it was a bad movie. I've rewatched it a few times and I was like, this is how did I miss it the first time? But I've rewatched it a few times.
No.
I've watched it a few times. Definitely not as good as the first movie, but again, I don't think it's a bad movie at all. But that's probably. But if that's your bad movie, like in the last couple, like you're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well for yourself. So, like Shazam was good. The last Suicide Squad was good. I forgot the other. I think there's another movie that I missed the DCU that I thought was decent. Aquaman was good. So yeah. No, I mean, I think they've kind of gotten a streak going, so hopefully they'll kind of keep it going, right? Make good movies and like don't try to like rush and catch up to Marvel. Like they're doing their own thing, you do your own thing, right?
Please do your own thing.
Yeah, like I definitely like there are places that Marvel's not willing to go, right? Like Suicide Squad, they won't. They're owned by Disney, right?
To Batman.
Yeah,
They're not going to the same place as like the Batman, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so there are definitely stories and a type of movie that's missing with some of these superhero movies, a grittier type movie. I mean, this is between gritty and morbid, but like that, I think they can go. Like for example, Logan, great movie, Marvel movie. Can't watch it on Disney Plus because bunch of F-bombs, a lot of
I gotta rewatch that one. I was in the middle of it.
Really? I actually really like I loved Laura, like the X-23 in Logan. Like every time she got going, I was like, okay. So yeah, she was awesome. She was amazing. And
Here's
yeah,
what
I wish they like
was missing from DC fandom.
Okay.
Where was the news about the Green Lantern series? I didn't hear anything about that.
That's a good question. I wonder if they are. I mean,
they've been talking about making that series on HBO Max for years now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's supposed to be a movie first. There's supposed to be a movie, and they changed it up. So
right.
Yeah, we'll see. Not sure what's gonna happen with that. Okay, cool. Well, I don't got much else. I actually got to get back to work after this, which is sad.
Get out of here.
It's bad. But no, yeah, it's yeah. It's one of those weeks, guys, I tell you. But yeah, no. Yeah, just hey, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. Let us know how you guys are watching, like liking the Wednesday time slot. So I think what we'll do also, I didn't get a chance to test it out today, Nicholas, but I will test out streaming on multiple platforms simultaneously. So I plan on doing eventually when I get time to like really test this out, I will do Facebook, YouTube, for sure. Instagram is going to take a little bit of work, but I think I can figure out Instagram as well. And we'll be everywhere. Like there'll be no excuse for you not watching our stuff now. So we're on all the platforms.
Do it, man. Like I said, you're the producer.
And the talent.
Producer.
And the engineer.
And the talent. I'm the talent and the director because I do all the video editing.
How much video editing do you actually do, though?
not as much. No lie, not as much as I used to, but
yeah, still
gotta splice some things together for the audio.
Your some of your tools, like what is the image, the thumbnails, been really good. I will admit that for sure.
Thanks,
like they've been really good. Some really good thumbnails. I wish you was able to do it for the other ones.
I'll go back. I'll get on there.
Yeah. But some of them is really good, and that's how you get like clickbait stuff, like good thumbnails. By the way, that's what makes people click on the video to watch. So, yeah, we're strategizing on the podcast right now because on air.
I'm sure everybody's already turned away now.
No, anyway. We actually got some viewers.
Okay.
We have a viewer. What's up? Hi. Yeah, no, so
thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you guys so much.
I enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Love talking, getting that comic book talk in on occasion. Don't get to do it as much as I used to, but yeah. See y'all next week.
Oh, cool. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.